Hello everyone and welcome back to the Unknown Comics channel. I'm Tanner, and today I want to do a special video for you guys. This is a series that here over the past months has turned out to be one of my just all-time favorite series, and this is Barbaric from Vault Comics, being written by Michael Moriarty and art by Nathan Gooden. So first of all, I just want to say this has been fantastic. It's about a barbarian named Owen that has been cursed to do the right thing. So it starts off, just like jumps right in the middle of the story. He's a slave to this guy and he's being forced to be an executioner, but he's cursed to do the right thing, so he can't kill anybody without them having done wrong. So his master's like, well, to satisfy your dumb curse, this guy, the first one enslaved children, and the second one murdered his wife because he got drunk and thought she was sleeping with somebody else. The third one was just a thief, and Owen's like, yeah, I can do the first two, but not the third one, and then just kind of goes at it, and it's hilarious. So his axe is actually magical. He has to talk with the axe to figure out whether the crime is worthy or not. The axe is kind of a smart ass. But like I said, it's hilarious. The axe gets drunk on blood and has to sober up, and he gets the hiccups, and it's awesome. So yeah, he deals with these guys, and then you see the flashback of how he got the curse, which I think is interesting. It leaves so much for the future of the series. It kind of foreshadows that this is all for some grand divine reason that we don't know of yet. So it shows his origin of, how he got the curse. He was this like super badass barbarian that did nothing but barbarian stuff basically, and his three best barbarian buds were actually these witches in disguise, and he's in this storm and they attack him and they get him with this poison blade and he's slowly dying, and they offer him this deal that he can either die or take up this curse to do the right thing, essentially. But he has to take the curse willingly, and he doesn't want to die, so he takes it. And now he's stuck with this smart-ass axe that gets drunk off of blood. Awesome. But then he goes to a pub, and some other guy is like bragging of this killing the Serpent King, which is something that Owen actually did. He's talking with the ex like, can I just take this guy out? And no, being a braggart is not a murderable offense. But anytime someone calls for help, he has to help them. This girl is outside. She starts calling for help. These guys are trying to burn her for being a witch. Turns out she actually is a witch, but not a bad witch. He's talking to the people trying to burn him, trying to figure out what's going on, and then these undead ghoul vampire things start coming up. And he's like, what, you are a witch? And she's like, yeah, but I'm a good one. So they kill these ghouls, and that's about where issue 1 ends. They look up to the horizon, and there's this demon cloud over the local monastery, and they're kind of setting up the quest. I love the art in the books, and the colors are fantastic. The whole thing is just fun. I like the interaction between the axe and Owen. Once the necromancer girl, her name is Soren, once she shows up, it just adds even more to it because she's the only one outside of Owen that can actually hear the axe. So the axe is just like, finally someone else to listen to me. It's really funny. And then you go into issue 2, and they've traveled up to the monastery. We get to see more about Soren, how she had gone to the monastery looking for help to try and get away from these powers of hers that she's always had ever since she was born, and doesn't know why. And she feels like she is cursed. She was hoping the abbot would be able to help her. Well, turns out the abbot is the leader of some sort of crazy death cult that she stumbles onto, and that's when the abbot sticks these guys after saying she's a witch. So they're in this monastery. They fight some ghosts and stuff. Is pretty cool. We see another flashback of Soren when she was a kid, and she tries to keep her dad from going out to the field because she foresaw his death. And then when he doesn't come home, her mother turns on her saying she's a witch, and the whole village ends up trying to find her, and she runs off. They're in these tunnels underneath the monastery after fighting the ghosts, and they're traveling deeper down. And then they stumble on this tower that's emitting these dark lights and just lots of death magic. And that death magic kind of takes over Soren. She can't help it. She's never felt so much power. And that is about where issue 2 ends. We do see the abbot show up, and he's actually like a snake demon, half undead dude at the very end there. And that's where issue 2 ends. First story arc here is only 3 issues. So issue 3 picks up right where it left off. Owen and his drunk axe are fighting off more of the ghouls. Soren, she's just possessed by this dark energy. She uses her magic on Owen and nearly kills him. Basically, what saves him is they try and trick him, make him think he's going to heaven, but he's smarter than that. He knows he has no good fate waiting for him. So he sees past the trick, and he just decides that he's not going to turn on Soren like everyone else in her life has. And that kind of puts her out of the fight for a little bit. He goes to chopping stuff. He throws axe at the light source on this tower, and once he shatters the light source, big old purple light bulb basically, it releases Soren from the spell. And so he's fighting these ghouls, he's getting overwhelmed, and once Soren is fully released, she just uses, I mean, she still has all this magic from this arcane tower, and she just poofs all the ghouls gone. The abbot turns into a snake demon, and Owen fights him. It's really cool. Like I said, the colors in this book are awesome. I love the art as well. The design of Owen is cool. The axe, it's so cool because instead of having a blade, it has a mouth. They don't ever show it from other people's perspective, but I'm assuming a normal person doesn't see the mouth on it. It just looks like an axe. Because everyone's always like, did you just talk to your axe? So yeah, they fight the snake demon, and basically the monastery crashes down on top of it, killing it. But yeah, they walk out, and someone else runs up asking for help, and Owen's like, oh, son of an expletive, because he has to help them. Soren talks her way into getting to go along, because she has nowhere else to go, and it sets it up for the next story arc. Like I said, it's great. I really highly recommend go pick this up, read it. It's 3 issues, and we do know for sure it's coming in 2022 with the next story arc. I don't know if they'll pick it up at issue 4 or if it'll be another number 1, but I highly, highly recommend this. It's so much fun. Barbaric from Vault Comics. Thank you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Be sure to give us a thumbs up, subscribe, share the video. All that stuff just helps us out a ton. So thank you once again, and we'll see you next time.